Elena Skygale Skyflier. The wind, as it often did, carried whispers to my ears. Not the simple rustle of leaves, but voices, the murmurs of the ether currents, the complaints of cloud spirits, the distant song of the sky whales. I am Elena Skyflier, though most know me as Skygale, and for generations, my family has been the bridge between the land and the sky, facilitating the etheric trade. We ensure the delicate balance, the exchange of earthly goods for the sky's blessings, pure rain, gentle breezes, and protection from the storms. My days were peaceful, predictable. A routine of bartering with ground dwellers, soothing ruffled cloud elementals, and mapping the ever-shifting wind patterns above the azure peaks. A comfortable existence, perhaps, but one I secretly found stagnant. The stillness shattered with the arrival of Kaelan, a merchant from the Sunstone City. But he didn't come bearing silks or spices. He brought a warning and a strange artifact. He spoke of a creeping blight in the lower realms, a darkness that choked the land and poisoned the ether. And in his hands, he held a sky shard, normally radiant with celestial energy, now dull and fractured. He claimed the blight was originating from a disruption in the etheric currents, a tear in the veil between worlds, and only a sky druid could sense its source. This was unheard of. A tear in the veil. Such things were legends, stories to frighten young initiates. I spent days in contemplation, consulting the ancient wind charts passed down through my family. The charts confirmed Kaelan's fears. A distortion, a wound in the ether, was indeed growing, centered around the Obsidian Spire, a place long shunned, said to be haunted by fallen sky spirits. The spire lay deep within the Shadowlands, a dangerous territory. My duty was clear. I could no longer remain a passive observer. I would venture into the Shadowlands, find the source of the blight, and mend the tear, even if it meant facing dangers I couldn't yet imagine. I prepared my wind cloak, gathered the necessary etheric herbs, and bid farewell to my quiet life. The Shadowlands were a desolate place, choked with twisted trees and shrouded in perpetual twilight. I traveled with a gruff, but knowledgeable earth shaman named Borin, who offered his expertise in navigating the treacherous terrain, and a nimble sky pirate, Lyra, whose knowledge of the air currents proved invaluable. We faced spectral guardians, battled corrupted wind drakes, and outwitted cunning shadow sprites. We encountered others affected by the blight, desperate villagers, exiled scholars, and even a tribe of nomadic cloud herders, all struggling to survive. Lyra's network proved useful in gathering information about the Obsidian Spire and the strange rituals occurring within. We finally reached the base of the Obsidian Spire, only to discover it wasn't a natural phenomenon. It was a construct, built by a rogue sect of ether mags, who believed they could harness the power of the void for their own gain. Their leader, a former sky druid named Valerus, had been exiled for his dangerous experiments. And the blight? It wasn't a side effect, it was intentional. Valerus was deliberately tearing the veil, seeking to merge our world with a dimension of pure chaos, believing it would usher in a new era of power. To my horror, I realized Valerus wasn't just seeking power, he sought revenge against the sky druids who banished him. We attempted to infiltrate the spire, but Valerus anticipated our move. He unleashed a powerful etheric storm, scattering our group, and trapping me within a labyrinth of illusionary winds. I battled phantom copies of myself, navigated shifting landscapes, and struggled to maintain my connection to the natural world. I failed. Exhausted and disoriented, I was captured by Valerus's acolytes, my powers suppressed by a specially crafted etheric cage. He taunted me, revealing his plan to unleash the chaos dimension upon the world, and leaving me to witness the impending doom. Imprisoned, stripped of my abilities, and facing the imminent collapse of everything I held dear, despair threatened to consume me. But I remembered my ancestors, their unwavering dedication to the balance, their resilience in the face of adversity. I couldn't surrender. Focusing my remaining energy, I subtly manipulated the etheric cage, disrupting its frequencies, weakening its hold. It was a slow, painstaking process, but I managed to establish a tenuous connection to the wind, whispering a desperate plea to the sky whales for aid. It was a gamble, a last-ditch effort, but my very existence hung in the balance. The sky whales answered my call. A chorus of their ethereal songs resonated through the spire, disrupting Valerus's control over the chaos dimension. The spire groaned under the strain as the sky whale's power surged through the structure. Lyra and Borin, having evaded capture, stormed the spire, creating a diversion while I broke free from my cage. I confronted Valerus at the apex of the spire, a swirling vortex of chaos energy surrounding him. A fierce battle ensued, a clash of etheric energies, a test of wills. I channeled the power of the winds, the skies, and the sky whales, focusing all my energy into a single, devastating blast, severing Valerus's connection to the chaos dimension. With Valerus defeated, the chaos dimension receded, and the tear in the veil began to mend. The obsidian spire, no longer fueled by dark energy, crumbled into dust. The blight that had ravaged the land slowly began to heal, and the etheric currents returned to their natural flow. The balance was restored. I returned to my home, no longer the same Skygale who had left. I had faced darkness, endured hardship, and emerged stronger. The etheric trade continued, but with a renewed sense of purpose. The whispers of the wind now carried not only warnings, but also gratitude, and a promise that I would always stand as a guardian of the skies, a protector of the balance, and a bridge between worlds.